The following is a presentation on the Donniesport 17 Network.
Welcome to the football show on the Donniesport 17 Network on YouTube. Woo!
The chairman of the Convoy
They are the red carpet. And you can see the Hall of Fame inductees being escorted out. That's Fred Akers. This is Longhorn coach.
And now presenting the class of 2016 of the Cotton Bowl Hall of Fame. From the University of Texas, head coach Fred Akers.
And there's USC's Tony Baselli.
From the University of Southern California, offensive tackle Tony Baselli.
And there he is, part of the SMU Pony Express. By the way, Craig James is in the house today, just saw him. And there's the other half, Eric Dickerson.
From Southern Methodist University, tailback Eric Dickerson.
And from Notre Dame, great linebacker. Now a sense of humor, and that's Bob Golick. In the pre-interview, I did not get to ask him about safe out of the
From the University of Notre Dame, linebacker Bob Golick.
I would tell you when I'm in the way. There's Fred Thompson.
From the University of Arkansas, quarterback Fred Marshall.
I mean Fred Marshall, not Fred Thompson. Hey, how you doing? Yeah.
From the Cotton Bowl Athletic Association, representing the late Dan Petty, his widow, Mary Jane Petty.
And that was Mary Jane Petty, widow of Cotton Bowl selection committee, Dan Petty. And finally,
And representing Dan Petty is his son, Kip Petty.
and that was his son Kip Petty that just passed by. So there you have it, the inductees into Cotton Bowl Hall of Fame. All right. Lisa.
That thing was heavier than I am. There's a lot of talent right here in this crew that makes me just throw me in there, Coach. I want it. And I've always had a family that could make it on the team. And if you would, I'd like for you, Diane, to let people see you. And a future, Ryan Delmonico. And Hunter Leslie these people really know what it's like to cherish the opportunity, and it's a real gift to find the kind of people we have in here right now. And congratulations, Tom. All right. And I'd like to tell you that I know that Coach Frank Boyd has so many great qualities. And when we get to a point that all you have to do is run out there and run back, can't do that now. You just can't. And I mean that, Tom, on your play. I'll tell you that. I wish we could have a group like you for every ball game. All right? You know, we lost a new man, another coach, and this is Coach Darryl Roy. You know what Darryl would do? It's an opportunity for a guy to get a coaching job based on that. He's got a great sense of humor, and he knows what it was like to take the whole team down the street, down to where the football stadium is. I wish I could say that I'd do that, but he was a friend. You know, I've coached several players that want to be on our team. And the staff, by the way, we have one of the most outstanding defensive coordinators in Leon Fuller. Pam, get up, stand up for us, will you?
Quite on anytime you go to Hall of Fame honors. this way. The honor to me is really secondary. It's nice because I tell people all the time, I don't know if getting inducted in any Hall of Fame is going to make you happy or sad or change your life or whatever. But the one thing that every time that I've been honored like this and happy this time again, my favorite part is to be able to remember back in the good times, the fun, the time here in Dallas that week in 1995, leading up to the 95 Cotton Bowl. It brings back great memories and stories that you can tell and people you can reconnect with. And so for more than anything, thank you so much to the entire Cotton Bowl team for inducting me, finding me. I feel worthy. I do have some, a little upset about a couple things I'd like to bring up right now. As an offensive lineman, one of the things we usually do, no respect. Then we all ride again for I can't get any respect for it. There's no respect as an offensive lineman. And I've gotten used to it, but here this week, the last couple days, it's even dug deeper. One, you guys sitting next to Bob Bullock, great player, but he didn't go to Dame. If you know anything about college football, you know that USC and Notre Dame hate each other. And so having to sit next to the Golden Dome like Bob makes it very difficult. Plus, he's great defensive line. My goodness, just kick me when I'm down. And then secondly, it was last night we were at the dinner. Let me say this before I say what I'm about to say. You guys know how to host people here in Texas, in Dallas. The Cotton Bowl knows how to take care of people. This is one of the final events that my wife and I have been to, so thank you. With that said, let me say something negative now. The highlight film. One of the worst highlight films we've ever seen. Brad knows that often the offensive line, I was talking to Rick about this, and said, back then they didn't look at the offensive line very much. It's always the quarterback and the guys making the tackles. Again, disrespect. I'm better than that, I promise. I mean, I missed the block on a highlight tape, and my goodness. I'm sure some of you go, why did I put that guy in the Hall of Fame again? But in all seriousness, it's a great honor. I love the game of football. I think it's the greatest sport ever created. It has done so much for me as an individual. I wouldn't be here today without the game of football. Obviously, I wouldn't have my wife without the game of football. I live in the University of Southern California. Play major college football. I got to play in the NFL. It is really, actually, 21 years ago today, I was drafted in the NFL as a second overall pick. Football has given to me more than I've ever given to it. I'm so thankful for it. And the other thing I'd like to close is, I don't think any of us get anywhere in life by ourselves. And I like a lot of people to think. First and foremost, I did not make myself 6'8". I helped get there to 320 pounds, of course. But I thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for making me, giving me athletic ability. I thank my parents who drove countless hours and time to give me football practice. All the great coaches I've had, that's some of the greatest coaches in my life. Sam Donald, my high school coach, Larry Smith and John Robinson, our coaches at USC, Mike Berry, John Maxwell, Bob Patrick, the offensive line coaches that I had. I mean, just amazing people. Taught me how to play the game. They allowed me to be here today. When I got there, my wife, because my daughter was in big trouble, she was here at the conference and the cheerleader for USC, and so we got a kind of experience and talk together. And so what a life. And I'm so thankful to the people in my life that allowed me to do what I do. And I have great memories from that week, and I thank you for bringing back. It was a great game for us. The Texas Tech game was probably the first Saturday of the Warriors Bowl game in history. 55-10, and winning 34-0 half. And two things I remember about that game. Well, there's a number, but two things I'll mention. One is we come out after a great week. We talk about hosting a team. We were treated better than any bowl game we'd ever been to. And it was outstanding. I remember coming out and down the old Cotton Bowl. I wish we played here, because I feel that the old Cotton Bowl might be the worst match that we played on. But hey, it was the Cotton Bowl, and it was awesome. We walked down and around, and all the Texas Tech fans here throwing a bunch of tortillas at us. And I'm like, we're from California. What the heck are we doing? I thought we ate those things. They're throwing tortillas at us. That was the last time they threw tortillas at me. And how many good things happened after that? We were 28-0, first quarter, 34-0 half. And at halftime, John Robinson, my head coach, coming in and saying, great day. We still haven't stopped Keyshawn Johnson from scoring, and he said, you know, outside of those highlights, I must have played okay because I outplayed a lower half and still waited for the ball for you. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here, and really enjoy it.
Thank you very much. First of all, thank you for Cotton Bowl Committee for choosing me to be the judge of the Cotton Bowl Hall of Fame. Praise to my Lord and Savior, thank him for this opportunity to be in the Cotton Bowl Hall of Fame. Thank you. Congratulations to all the other directors also. Congratulations to you. First of all, I got to start off by saying one thing. Coach Fred Akers, I just got to say this to you. We love playing with you guys, we hate you guys. I think all the Mustangs can attest to that. Jay, we had to say, I love that with home arms, but every time I see that orange, it's like, oh. I just had to say this. You know, for me, a little boy back in Sealy, Texas, didn't know if I get a chance to go to college, even get a scholarship. And I was blessed. I was blessed to have a talent to play football. I mean, that's how I got to school. But also it started with my mom and my dad, Carrie Dickinson, and Valerie Dickinson. That's where I started at. And I always say, it depends on how a kid is brought up himself. And I really believe that I was brought up the right way. I always say this, that if I could be half the man my dad was when he passed away, I'd be a good man. You know, I was fortunate enough to be recruited by many schools, SMU, Oklahoma, Texas, all the schools, and I ended up choosing SMU. But it's kind of a long story that shows where we're going to lead you through the story of our recruitment. I got first committed to A&M, Texas A&M, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to go there or not, and eventually I received my offer to him. I didn't want to go there. And my mother loved one mom. You know, I wanted to go to the University of Oklahoma. That's why I went to school. And I committed to OU. Coach Barris came to my house and showed me a highlight tape. And I'm like, I'm all excited. I said, I'm going to school now. I'm committed. I'm going to coach. And I went to get my mother really about it. And he walked out. She said, you're not going to school there. I said, no, nope. I'm not going to school there. Okay. So I, you know, eventually tell him I wasn't going to school. And I said, well, I said, man, she said, you're a Texas boy, why don't you stay in Texas? So I was like, I'm old lady, I can't be going to Oklahoma. So I'm like, okay. So then I ended up going to SMU. I'll say this much, you know, my first of all, you know, all my teammates stand up, all the SMU guys that I played with back at SMU. You know, and when I got to SMU, you know, things went okay. My freshman year, I got hurt quite a bit. I didn't play as much as I thought I should play. And I still had Oklahoma on my mind. I still stayed on my mind, resident on my mind. The next year I came back, I played a little bit better. You know, I think we went to a bowl game, I think we went 9-2. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get out of here. I'm transferring. So I go back home. I go back to see, I tell my mom, I want to transfer. She's like, what? She said, boy, sit down. So I said, I'm here to just sit down. She took a piece of paper, she put a line down there. She put SMU on one side and public on the other side. She said, okay, so now you have a scholarship at SMU, don't you? I said, yes, ma'am. That's a check. I guarantee you the scholarship at OU? That's X. She said, you played at SMU, aren't you? Yes, that's a check. Are you guaranteed to play at Oklahoma? That's X. So make a long story short, there was a lot of X's on the right side, a lot of X's on the left. But she said, well, take your butt back to SMU. So I went back to SMU, and I think that's why I always say this. You know, parents are so important because that is the best decision she made for me, going back to Southern Baptist University. Because, you know, no matter what would happen, you know, we became the Pony Express, we became Great James. I think that at the point, I didn't think anyone knew we were. When I got to the NFL, they were like, So, you know, that was just a great time for me getting back to college. And, you know, when I think about playing in the Cotton Bowl, you know, leading up to playing in the Cotton Bowl, I always wanted to play in the Cotton Bowl. You know, that was our thing. Going to the Cotton Bowl. That was our goal, what to play in. And we got a chance to play against the Pitt Panthers and Dan Marino and that great Pitt team. And we kept hearing how great they were, And we knew how good we were. You know, we knew we had a good football team. And we were looking forward to the challenge of playing in that football game. And there wasn't a lot of scores that game. I mean, some of you at that game, it was very, very, very cold. We won the game 7-3. Last game scored our only touchdown. And we won the game. And I look back now, I look back at the highlights, and I'm like, wow, boy, that was a long time ago. We played a great football game. I played well. But it just goes to show you how time passes on all of us. And I just want to thank all my teammates, all of you guys, once again, for every block that you did for me. You know, I won't forget the times that me, you, and Charles talked before I talked about transferring to OU. Y'all were one reason for trying to talk me out of it. And all the things in their life that I think people don't know the steps that you go through in their life trying to get to the point that you're Eric Dickerson or you're Tony Cassell or you're Coach Fred Akers or whoever you are. You know, there's a lot of things in that step that couldn't go if you go one way or the other. And for me, I thank God, you know, I chose the right path, it was the right path for me. And I'll say this as a Mustang, I want to let all you Mustangs know that we had some tough times, really tough times. I've had a lot of winning seasons. But know this, our time is coming. It's coming. And I will always love and support my school, Southern Methodist University, and SMU Mustangs. And I want to thank you again for having me back to the Hall of Fame in Chicago. Thank you.
Self-deprecating up here and going, he's taking all my stuff. Anyway, I want to say thank you, first of all, to the Cotton Bowl Committee and everyone involved. This is, without doubt, one of the greatest times of my life. Jumping ahead 30-some years, I had probably about a month ago, I had my son, who is now 19, for some reason he's going to Ohio State, but that's my problem. You don't have to worry about that. And he goes, Dad, you realize I've never seen you play football? I said, you know, that's right. And so I went to the cabinet and I found some old DVDs. They had actually been converted over from VHS, for those who remember. And it was the two Cotton Bowl games. And I said, come on, I'll show you. And we went to the office and sat down, and I think he was just expecting to see a couple of plays. When I sat down and pulled out the green laser pointer, so now that's me right there. Oh, wait, go back, folks. Oh, that guy there. Oh, I got cheap shot on that one. There's no way I could have made that tackle. And at that point, Karen, my wife Karen, stand up and say hello. Yes, Karen, stand up and say hello. Everybody else stand up and say hello. When you get a chance, everybody walk past her later. Anyway, she shows up with her two daughters, and they saw what was going on and turned around and went the other way. Yes, you did. Because I've seen you play. The first Cotton Bowl we played in, the one against Texas, I have to, I guess, apologize to Coach Akers because I really didn't have much experience with the media at that time. And all we kept hearing in the media was that they had Bryant Shearer, and they had Earl Campbell, and they had the Hammond, Jannon, Lannon, Jones, and all those Joneses. And I'm like, damn, that's a big family. And Russell Ertzleben, I mean, we heard that all the time. And somebody came up to me, a reporter, and he said, well, Bob, you know, they have this, and this again. And he said, how do you think you're going to do? I said, well, I'm sorry, but we're going to blow them out of the stadium. About 2 hours later, I was in Dan Devine's office. And that's when Dan first told me, don't say stuff like that. But, so if it made it to your locker room wall, I apologize for saying that about you guys. So it was an amazing time, and of course we have the game for next year, which a lot of people call the chicken soup game. And
well, there you have it. You can go ahead. Oh, I can go. Okay. One more time. There you have it. You're looking at the class of 2016 Cotton Bowl Hall of Fame. Fred Akers, Tony Mosetti, Eric Dickerson, Bob Golick, Fred Marshall, and Dan Petty. All in. There you are. There's a nice looking group of folks going into one of the most prestigious. What a group, and there's Brad Sham on the end. Great job of emceeing this event. By the way, January 2nd, 2017. That is when the Cotton Bowl will begin again. And they're going to play, oops, that's our program. No telling who, how you doing? No telling who will play in this year's upcoming Cotton Bowl. I will say this, now we have the college football playoff linked up to this prestigious bowl. It's always going to be special from here on out. Thank you for watching this special edition of the Donniesport Football Show, the 2016 Cotton Bowl Hall of Fame event. More great stuff coming your way. Keep it right here on the Donniesport 17 Network.